Hi guys, and welcome to another Bootstrap 4 video. This is Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Well, this is a continuation of our build a Bootstrap site in 45 minutes. We're going to go over the 45 minutes now with some just extra stuff. This video won't take long. We're just going to add a couple of buttons to our slider that we've got here, and it's really easy to do. And of course adds interest value to your hero section, and you can take your customers where you want to take them, or your visitors where you want to take them. So here's the folder that we had last time with our website files in it. We're going to be using the free brackets text editor to edit our files. I'll put a link down below for that. So let's just right click and open our index file with our brackets text editor. Now here's our front page. And here's our 3 slides that we've got there. What we want to do is add a couple of buttons afterwards with them. Now there's several ways you can do this. You can just hand code it. You can use a short code, which Brackets got some fantastic ones with the extension manager. And all of these are free. And you can just type in Bootstrap in the available and install them. Just hit the install button if we do that. Here we are, and the one that I'm using today is I think RCH Bootstrap snippets. Like I say, it's free. You can install it, and I'll show you what it actually does in a moment. If you don't have brackets, or you don't have that, you can simply go to getbootstrap.com. I'll put this link below, and it'll give you the shortcodes for the buttons here. And by default, Bootstrap's got a bunch written already, primary, secondary, success, that already have colors and styling added to them. We're going to style our buttons a little bit more. So you can either copy it from here, or what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a shortcode in my brackets from that RCH snippets. Let's go back to brackets, and for my shortcode I'm going to go to the end of our little paragraph text here on our first slide, drop down one, and I'm just going to type in BS4 BTN, and that gives me a bunch of shortcodes to put in a button whatever I want. So let's put in a button of danger. And let's add another button also. This time I can do it with another shortcode, but this time I'll just go to the site and let's put in a button of info, let's say. And you can do it this way if you want to. If you don't have brackets, you're using a different text editor. Or you can just copy and type it in. So drop down one more. These will actually appear side by side, not one under each other, unless you put a break there, a line break. So now if I save that, we should have 2 default buttons on our site. Control S to save. Now if we go back to our folder, and all we do is double click on your index file. It'll bring it up in your browser, default browser. Here it is, and there we've got 2 little buttons right there, but they're not particularly interesting and they keep disappearing as the slide slides. So we want to style them more to the way we want them. What I'll do is I'll copy them over to the other slides. So when the slide turns, we've got them both. So I'm going to just select those and add them to the other slides as well. Now while we're in here, what exactly do we want our buttons to say? So if you look at it, there's the button. It's a type button, it's a class, button danger, button info. And the white text here in between the blue pointy brackets there is what the actual button says. So let's say contact us for the first one. And learn more for the second one. I guess I should have done that before I copied them over, but let's do this quickly. Control C to copy, Control V to paste. I'll just paste them over what we got there. Let's save that, Control S, and go back to the site. Move that one out of the way. Refresh, and we should have it on all the slides now. There we go, we put in contact us and learn more, which is great, but I kind of want these buttons now to be styled the way I want them. I'm not going to spend too much time on this because you can put them however you want them. So let's have a bit of fun. Let's right click. I'm using Google Chrome here with the great Chrome Inspector. I'm right clicking on the element and I'm going to hit inspect. And that brings up our console here. As long as you've got styles selected, tab on the right and elements on the left, you'll have HTML over here and you'll have CSS over here. And because I just right clicked on that button, it's selected the button danger, as you can see there. So let's just style up this button. Well, I guess I better take that down a bit more so we can see what we're doing. And let's just slide this up slightly. Okay, so background color, it's fine. I'm just going to change it to regular red. I'm not sure if there'll be a difference. I think it'll be a little brighter. There we go. Just purely to show you how to change the background and border colors. Obviously put in whatever color you like there. That's fine. Now let's change the padding a bit. Make it a little bit deeper and also a little bit wider. So let's say padding. And the first number I'm going to put in, I'll make it a big number so you can see. I'm not going to keep it as this, 25 pixels. You can see that's the top and bottom, and it's the amount of distance between the top there and the writing here, and the bottom of the writing and the bottom there. That's a little bit too big for me. I'm going to put in something like 15 pixels. Yeah, that's more like it. And for the left and right, all we need to do is put another attribute or another number next door to that, and let's make that twice as wide, say 30 pixels. And as you can see, that button's now a lot wider. Now, if you could have given it a width, so fixed width, make both the buttons the same width. Sometimes it'll throw up an error telling you shouldn't really do that, but it's really useful for making uniform buttons. I'm not going to bother with that at the moment. So we've got our height and our width. Let's make our text in the middle a little bit bigger. And so let's say font size. Say 18 pixels. And as you can see, that's grown. It's bigger than the other one over there. Okay, that's pretty much getting there. Now I'd like to see a little bit more of a gap between the two buttons. And we can't do that with padding because that'll just make the button wider. So what we can do it with a margin. And if I give it a little margin on the top, that'll push it down from the description just above it. So we'll say margin. First one again is top and bottom, just like the padding. Let's say 15 pixels. Yeah, that's pushed it down slightly from our... I'll bring this down just a little bit more. Pushed it down slightly from our description. Obviously, you have it how you want it. And the next attribute, let's take it back up just a tad. Is the left and right. So at the moment we've got 15. If you just put 1 in, it's going to put 15 all around here. Which actually, I might leave it at that. I mean, we could put in a second one of 25, but I think that's going to push that button too far to the right, because when we're finished, this one's going to have 25, and also this one's going to have 25, so they'll be quite wide apart, wide-eyed. But that's entirely up to you, so I'm just going to leave it at 15 pixels, I think, for this. So that's 15 all round. Okay, and for the next thing, let's make that text capitalized. Of course, I could have typed it in as capitals, but I didn't. So we'll say text transform. And we'll say uppercase. That'll make it capital. You can say capitalize, which will capitalize the first letter, line through, underlined, just regular font things. There we go. So we've got capital text, we've got the width we want, and we've got the height we want. So now what I want to do is I want to copy this from the dot. Make sure you get that dot all the way down to that curly bracket right there. And when it revolves, it deselects it, so get it quick. I think I got it right there. And we want to add this to our CSS style sheet so we make it permanent. Because once I hit the refresh on that, that will go away, because it's non-destructive when we do it with the inspector there. So let's go to our CSS folder. There's our scrolling nav. That's our CSS file. Open with brackets. Let's go all the way down to the bottom. And we'll give it a title, just in case we want to find it and change it again. So that's / ****. And we just call it buttons. Now we simply need to paste in that code. There we go. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this. Well, I've already got it. I'm going to duplicate it. And you may ask why, and I will show you why. Okay, our next door button, if we go back to the site here, this button, we kind of want the same as this, but a different color. So if I inspect this, rather than having to go through all that again, because we want the same styles as this apart from the color perhaps. So just for, let's call this blue. That's what we use. I mean, you can type in a hexadecimal, we can make it a dark grey. Well, you won't see it if I do that. Let's make it a sort of lighter grey. Hey, you can put in any colour you want there, but I'm going to use blue. So, but the only thing we really need is that button info bit. So let's just copy that, or you can just type it in. And where I duplicated there, it's got to say button info. So I'm just going to change the name, or you can paste it in. Let's just change our colour, background colour and border colour, the blue. There we go, and save, Control S. Now we go back to the site and refresh. I'll get that inspector out of the way. That should turn blue and be the same size as that and have all the other things right there. So there we have it. We've got our two buttons there. Now the hover background color, really easy. If you want to change that, I'll just do opposites. I think that actually the margin is still a little wider than I like to see it. I guess on mobile devices that would be okay, but just have it how you want it. We want to change that hover effect, or the color. And let's make this one go blue and that one go red on hover. So again, let's copy button danger from the dot to the curly bracket, Control C. And the only thing we want is really the background color and the border color. We're not going to change anything else. So we can delete all the rest of this. Now all I need to do is put a colon, no gap between the end of danger, no gap, colon, no gap again, hover. So it's all kind of one word really, button danger, colon, hover. And now I just want to change that color. We'll change the red to the blue. Okay, and we'll do the same thing with this one. That'd be just as easy to copy this. Drop down. Change the danger to info, which is the class name of our other button. And change that to red. And change that to red. Save, Control S, back to the site. Refresh. Okay, now when we hover over one, the red one should turn blue and the blue one should turn red. There we go. Simple as that. Which is great, but now our buttons aren't actually going anywhere. So let's make them go down to the pricing, I guess, and or the team. Let's learn more. Team and contact. Can only go down this far because that's the bottom of the site. Now if we look at our HTML, so if we look at those sections, go down to those sections. Here's the team section. And this section's got an ID of team. So we'll use that. Just remember it's got an ID of team. And the contact section has got an ID of contact. So let's link our buttons to those. And to do that, we've got to give it an anchor tag. So on the front of the button, we've got to add an anchor tag. So it's a left pointy bracket, an A for anchor. Then we've got to tell it where we want it to go, which is a href equals, open some inverted commas. Inside there, we want to put hashtag and the name of that section ID. Hashtag and the name will take it to that section ID. Close that out with a right hand pointy bracket. It'll automatically put the closing one on the end. We want to take that away, Control X, and just pop it on the end of the button. So we're wrapping the button in that anchor tag there. And we'll do the same thing. I'm just going to go ahead and copy this. Control C for the next button. And put the closing tag on the end. Control C to copy, Control V to paste. Close up that gap there. Now the second one was learn more. We'll take that down to our team section, which was just team, I believe. ID of team, so it'll be hashtag team. And let's just copy these two buttons again and replace the other two that we got there. Control C to copy. Control V to paste. Alright, now let's save that. Control S. Back to the site. Let's go up to the top and refresh. Now when I click on one of these buttons, contact should take us to contact. Learn more should take us to the team section. Let's try that. There we go, contact section. Back to the top. Learn more should take us to the team section. Fantastic, just what we wanted. So there you have it. There's how to add some call to action buttons to your hero section. Really easy to do. What would be nice though, when we click on this, it's just jumping to that section. It would be nice for it to smooth scroll to the section just like it is when we click on the actual links themselves. And to do that, we'll add a bit of smooth scroll, but we'll do that in another video. I've done it on this one here. So it smoothly scrolls down to wherever it is your anchor tag is. There you go, it'll smoothly scroll down. So I hope you've enjoyed that. If you have, please give it a thumbs up, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you're interested in web development, take a look down below. We've got some great free web development courses down there, as well as some premium courses with some huge discounts for our YouTube subscribers. So do check it out. Once again, this has been Jamie with System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.